All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fun video for you here today. The top 10 dirt tracks that you should consider visiting in 2026. Now, this is a list that I've kind of compiled from just a lot of my experiences and then also places that I want to visit. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of tracks on here that didn't make the list because there's plenty of honorable mentions. I probably could have done a video for 30 different racetracks. So I might have to make a part 2. You guys let me know what track should be on the list in the comment section down below, but we're going to jump right in with number 10. So located in Tulare, California, it is the famous Thunderbolt Raceway. Now this place is a California gem. It's got long straightaways and tight corners, and that makes up that paperclip shape. And honestly, out of all racetracks we're going to talk about on this list, I feel like this is the one where you have to be a little bit crazy, a little bit psycho to race here, literally on the edge of crashing every single lap to go fast. Now, every October, the Thunderbowl is the home of the Trophy Cup, one of the most prestigious 360 sprint car races in the country. Each year, it also has stops on the World of Outlaws and High Limit Racing schedule. And overall, just being a dirt racing fan, it's one of the most exciting places to watch 900 horsepower sprint cars literally around this place beat off or drive up the wall. I've seen it happen in all forms, and I've been very lucky to also run laps around this place behind the wheel. Now, located in the great state of Missouri is the Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55. Now, this racetrack hosts the longest event on the World of Outlaws schedule each season, the Ironman 55. It's 55 laps. It's a long, grueling race, and it's one of the toughest to win in all of sprint car racing. So that's a big reason why you should go check out this racetrack. Fan standpoint, no matter what cars are on track, it's just really, really fun to watch. Super wide, super high bank. Guys are on the gas all night long, and you'll see cars all over the racetrack throwing slide jobs and just basically going back and forth for position. So unfortunately, I've never had the opportunity to race here behind the wheel, but I look forward to crossing it off my list soon. Now, located in the small town of Jacksonville, Illinois, is the famous Jacksonville Speedway. Fun fact about this track is it can only hold about 2,000 people. And every time they race, the grandstands and everyone from the town flood in and just pack the place. I had the opportunity to race here earlier in 2025, and it was a super racy little bull ring. It usually has a lot of character. There's a good chance it can kind of get choppy, it can get rough. You really have to be up on the wheel. So again, whether it's a weekly show or a big stop on a national tour, when this place is racing, all eyes are on the event, and definitely worth checking out from a fan standpoint. So if you land in Eagle, Nebraska, you will find America's home track, the Eagle Raceway. Now, this racetrack races weekly throughout the season and also has big stops on the high limit racing schedule. It was really cool. They paid out over $55,000 to the winner at their last event. Now, from a fan standpoint, you have a great view of the racetrack as you're almost actually above it a little bit as the grandstands are sloped and you almost look down into the racing action. And from a driver's standpoint, this place, it's extremely wide, fast speeds, and there's a unique hole into turn 1 that is almost there no matter what car's racing on the track. It's just part of the racetrack. So when you're going over 100 miles an hour, that is something you have to deal with each time by. So overall, this is just one of the most exciting tracks in the country, and I feel like a place that's going to keep having big dirt racing events into the future. If you head down south to Florida, you are going to find the world's fastest half mile, the Volusia Speedway Park. You heard me correctly, the world's fastest half mile. When you think of speed in motorsports, you think of Volusia, and in a winged sprint car, this place is just flat out treacherous. Not only is it difficult for a driver, but it's hard on all of our equipment as we are using every bit of our 900 horsepower 410 sprint car engines and cars. So from a fan standpoint, if you like speed, this is a place to circle on your calendar, and also can make for a great trip being located in the state of Florida. They race here earlier in the year while it's still kind of cold throughout the rest of the country. They have the Dirt Car Nationals where they hand out the famous Gator trophies in early February. Unfortunately, I haven't got the opportunity to race here yet, but I know that before my career is over, we will make it happen. Now, tucked away in the northwest corner of the United States is the famous Skagit Speedway, which is located in Burlington, Washington. Now, you guys know for me, Skagit is it's my home area. I love the Northwest so much, and what Skagit Speedway is doing for winged sprint car racing in our area is simply incredible. They have 2 races, the Dirt Cup and Skagit Nationals, which both pay over $100,000 to win. Along with that, Skagit is in a beautiful location for race fans that are wanting to travel and see our, area of the country. It's just a little far north of Seattle. It's not too far from the coast. It's got a lot of things around it that would be appealing for a race fan to come out and view and kind of enjoy, but then also get the chance, to see an amazing on-track product. So if you guys are not from the area, Skagit's definitely one of those places that can be a great destination stop, and you can kind of see it all in one trip. So if you have the opportunity, I highly recommend the Dirt Cup. I highly recommend the Skagit Nationals or any other part of the schedule that they have during their weekly season. So there's not a lot of places that can pay $250,000 to win a race, but every June, the Huset Speedway in Brandon, South Dakota hosts the High Bank Nationals. Now, this is with the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series, $250,000 to win. Just incredible. But more than anything, if you've ever been to the Huset Speedway, which I've been very fortunate to race there a handful of times, it honestly just has that wow factor from the entire facility, from the camping to the track to the pit area to the stands. They have really done a phenomenal job actually rebuilding this place because Huset's hasn't always been in this nice of condition, and really just building marquee events around the track, but then also having a very impressive weekly program. So if you guys want to stop in, they actually race on Sundays. And it's really cool. It's an efficient 2 to 3 hour show, usually 3 classes, and you get to watch some very talented 410 sprint car drivers go at it for a good payday. And overall, I feel like everybody wins. So if you're in the Brandon, South Dakota area, or you're wanting to tour across the country and see some great tracks, Huset's definitely needs to be on your list. So right in the middle of Posse Land is this racetrack called the Speed Palace, and its actual name is the Port Royal Speedway in Port Royal, Pennsylvania. Now, I'm probably a little biased of this racetrack because I had so much fun here when I competed with Shark Racing in 2023. But man, this place really is incredible. It's a half mile in length. You race at very high speeds, whether you're running just inches from the outside wall or you're running right around the bottom at quarter throttle because it's so slick. You're just trying to keep your car steady and straight around the racetrack. To go along with the racing, it really is an incredible facility, and I feel like there's not really a bad seat in the house from a race fan's perspective. So Port Royal really has it going on in all areas. They have quite a few big events each season, along with a good weekly program. So you have plenty of opportunities to make your way to Port Royal, Pennsylvania, and experience everything they have going on there with their 410 sprint car racing and other divisions. And I would highly recommend that you make a trip and make it happen. Now, if you zoom in on New Weston, Ohio, you won't see a whole lot, but you will see this big half-mile dirt track known as the Eldora Speedway. Now, the Big E, they call it. It was founded by Earl Baltus and is now owned by Tony Stewart. Now, this place, it is literally a phenomenon. Like, it's hard to almost put it all into words. Now, this racetrack is known for being high-banked, high speeds, in some of the sport's highest paydays. I mean, it has the World 100, the Dream, the King's Royal, the Four Crown. It's had races before like the Million that paid $1 million to win. And because of the atmosphere and the events that they've built at Eldora, it has attracted some of the sport's, largest crowds. So if you want to experience an atmosphere like the Big E, you have to plan a trip there. And as a driver that's been fortunate to race at some of the big events at the Eldora Speedway, there's not many places in the sport like it. Now, dead smack in the middle of Iowa is the famous Knoxville Raceway. It is known as the sprint car capital of the world, and it is the home of the biggest sprint car race in the entire world, the Knoxville Nationals. Along with Eldora, this is the place I tell fans to put at the absolute top of their bucket list. It's a half-mile dirt track, it's fairly flat, and it has what is basically almost a stadium built around it with the grandstands that, can hold 25 to 30,000 people. But when you talk about the Knoxville Raceway, it's not a racetrack that just ended up in a town. It's a racetrack that had a town built around it. Like, it is the center of town. It's what everybody knows. It's a part of everyone's lives in the area. It's just really, really neat. And come Nationals time for that, 7 to 10 day stretch with the 360 and the 410 and the Capitani Classic and everything going on, it's just super special to be a part of. So if you haven't made it to the Knoxville Nationals, and if you just haven't made it to the Knoxville Raceway in general, even for a weekly event, it's really, really neat, and it's something that you have to see.